State regime media, which calls itself Fox News, in full panic mode as Donald Trump's plans backfire in his face. Fox is inconsolable over the terms of this memorandum of understanding that are coming to light. They are perplexed that Donald Trump agreed to a weaker deal than former President Obama's JCPOA. But for state regime media, which calls itself Fox, they are losing it that all of Donald Trump's plans are backfiring. So, they've been trying to pump up the fact that Donald Trump is beautifying Washington, D.C. Look at the reflecting pool as well. Look at all of these great Romanesque monuments that he's trying to restore and build. And so they brought this Fox host to stand right in front of the reflecting pool, which is now the color I like to refer to as Ninja Turtle green. I mean, it's bright green. It looks like the Chicago River when it's dyed green for St. Patrick's Day. And this Fox host standing in front of the Green River, literally, I'll show you, goes, "This isn't green. This looks perfect. No president would have the courage to do this great work to the reflecting pool." First off, what are you even talking about? No other president was obsessed with the reflecting pool this way. And Donald Trump made the situation like 1,000 times worse. Here, let's play this clip.
I'm here at the newly renovated reflecting pool. It's painted American flag blue. And the Democrats are going to tell you, oh, there's green algae, it looks so bad, but there's pool guys cleaning it up right now. No other president would do that, but President Trump is still cleaning it up.
Then state regime media has one of its propagandists, Jesse Waters, bring on a guest, Sage Steele. And of course, as Donald Trump's term is collapsing, what do they want to focus on? You guessed it, former Vice President Kamala Harris. And they're all like, could you imagine what would have happened if Kamala Harris was in office right now? How bad things would be? This is like their go-to. Now, I know, first off, it wouldn't have been. She would not have got us involved in this catastrophic war. She would not have done tariffs against the world. And she would have done great work. And you all would have been attacking her relentlessly every day for a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of issues that are now arising. None of this stuff would even be fathomable. But this is what they do. They do this hypothetical attack on Kamala Harris. Watch for yourself. Let's play it.
You know what I was thinking about over the weekend with all this happiness with everything going on, and especially at the White House yesterday. If Kamala Harris had won the White House in 2024, how would Republicans have been acting? How would people who voted for Donald Trump been acting? Would they have been protesting anti-American vibes because she was in office? No, because it's not about who's in office. It's about our country. It's so much bigger than that for people on the right, people with sanity, frankly.
And then they got to bring in the oddity and the weirdness. So they bring in Vanilla Ice. It's like, can't we all just party like it's the 1990s? Come on, let's go back and let's get groovy. Let's put subwoofers. Let's wear cheesy, tight pants. Let's watch Leave It to Beaver. That wasn't the 90s. Here, play this clip.
Let us, as citizens of this country, come together to celebrate a birthday for the country. Stop taking things so serious, man. Let's go back to the 90s and get cheesy and, let's go bass and pull our back seats out and put in subwoofers. Let's go wear some cheesy, tight pants. I mean, Leave It to Beaver. Come on.
All right, we can do all of that. You tell your mom hello, and we'll see you on the mall, okay? In late June.
My man, thank you. I'll see you there.
Good to be
Put
with
your dancing
Rob.
shoes on. Happy birthday, America.
I dig it. There he is, Vanilla Ice. Well done. Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Then you have Greg Gutfeld, one of the Fox propagandists, who is discussing how one of those UFC fighters was yelling, Michelle Obama is a man, and just so gross. And Greg Gutfeld's like, he's a troll. What else that's what goes on in the White House. We've got trolls who do these things. I'll show you what goes down. Let's play it.
See, we don't have to listen. In fact, we enjoy it when you're upset. That guy is a troll. He showed up at the weigh-in pretending he was drunk and was throwing up applesauce as a fake pretense because he was pretending he was scared. That's called a troll. We get it. Not our fault if you don't. He knows it's going to upset you. He's a troll. You give a mic to a troll.
Some standards.
Both for Plattner.
That's what his point was. Emily, give us a final word. We have to be quick.
You lost your credibility.
Yep.
Then they bring on J.D. Vance, They bring on J.D. Vance to try to explain why this memorandum of understanding with Iran is supposed to be this incredible deal. And so he goes on Hannity, and Hannity's like, all right, so is Iran agreeing never to enrich? And J.D. Vance like, well, we're still working out the technical details. We'll get you more information on that. Maybe Friday, maybe later. We don't really have all the details on that. Let's play it.
Fundamentally destroy their program, but that does set them back a little bit further, and that's important, of course, to the United States.
And they're agreeing never to enrich.
They're agreeing right now to eliminate the enriched stockpile. And if they don't get to a point where they agree to stop enriching, then they don't get the other benefits of the bargain. And that's the way this is set up, is a lot of the technical details we're going to figure out over the next month, over the next 2 months. But the basic structure is they can get a lot if they comply with the United States demands. They don't get anything if they don't comply with anything.
And Hannity's like, all right, well, let's talk about inspections. Anytime, any place, anywhere, spot inspections. Do we get those of Iran's nuclear facilities? And then J.D. Vance is like, okay, it's something we're negotiating. We're definitely talking about that. Here's what he says. Let's play this clip.
Let's talk about any place, anywhere, anytime, U.S. inspectors. That's that part of the deal?
Yeah, that's absolutely something that we are negotiating over, Sean. That's one of the final details that's going to be figured out.
And then so Hannity's like, okay, but then why not just release it? A lot of people are wondering, do you want to just release the terms of this memorandum of understanding so we don't have to be all like secretive about it? Why don't you release it there, JD? And JD's like, these are the way it works. Diplomatic protocols. The Qataris and the Pakistanis don't want us to release it. Now that makes sense, JD. I mean, the Qataris and the Pakistan. Just release the thing. What we as Americans aren't able to know. It's going to be shrouded in secrecy because the Qataris and the Pakistanis have said we don't get to see this. But in Iran, they're saying one thing. You and Trump are saying the other. So when do we get to know what really is in this? Play this clip.
A lot of people are questioning why not release the memorandum of understanding. You said it will happen this week.
Correct. So there are some diplomatic protocols, Sean. There are some sequencing that the Pakistanis have been involved in this. The Qataris have been involved in this. And what the president has said is the agreement will come out on Friday. He may decide to release the agreement sooner than that. But we have this formal ceremony on Friday, and that's when the president right now wants to release the memorandum.
And Hannity's like, well, what about the report that the Qataris and other Arab nations are going to be giving Iran $300 billion? And then J.D. Vance says, well, I want to be clear. America isn't giving them. The GCC, the Gulf countries may be giving it to them. Yeah, but you're going to give it to the Gulf countries to give to them. That's this. Here, play this clip.
Report that I've been reading leading up to this interview tonight is that the Qataris are giving them $300 billion with the sign, seal, and approval of the U.S. The president did put out a truth denying all of it. Iran has agreed to never have a nuclear weapon, and the story that the U.S. is paying Iran $300 million is fake news. We are not giving them an American dollar, number one, true, and number two, did the U.S. ever sign off on the Qataris paying them that money?
No, we've not. The agreement says they are not getting a single dime of American money. That's just not what this is. What the agreement does say, Sean, is again, if the Iranians behave and if there are sanctions relief and if the Iranians are integrated into the world economy, we would invite other countries, not us, but other countries to invest in their country. That's fine, but only if they comply with the terms of the agreement.
I'm Michael Popak, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of MeidasTouch's Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popak Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popak Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event, by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.
And then you have on state regime media, they try to, again, dress this up like it's, the best deal ever. So they bring on MAGA Republican Senator Jim Banks from Indiana, who talks about Trump going to the G7. And they go, they should bring out a giant happy birthday cake because Trump just saved Europe. You can watch for yourself. Let's play it.
That Iran never achieves that. And that's why President Trump is making history once again with this deal today and what will happen on Friday. It's a historic moment. He, as you pointed out earlier, he's in Switzerland with all of these weak European leaders. Here, once again, America is saving Europe from itself. And signing this deal and weakening Iran, preventing them from having a nuclear weapon that they could point at Europe is so good for the rest of the world. They should bring out a giant belated happy birthday cake at the G7 and thank President Trump in front of the whole world media for what he's done to save Europe once again. It's such an important moment in American history.
Then you have MAGA Republican Congress member Mast from Florida, who goes, okay, we may be giving Iran 20 billion or 300 billion, but that still makes us ahead 500 billion. We won 500 billion by giving them 300 billion. Dude, I have no clue what you're talking about. Let's play this clip.
What kind of confidence do you have that they'll do it?
Yeah, there's very little confidence based upon their history. But what you see is, as a change right now, is their leaders and American leaders, as you pointed out, coming to the table to sit together historically for the first time in so many years. So that's a big deal. You have support from, of course, the Gulf countries, negotiations by Qatar and Pakistan, meeting in Switzerland, the presidents with the G7 to discuss it, even though they haven't had our backs on this, and so much of Europe also speaking about this. So there is wide, broad-based support to see this change in behavior take place. And you have the leaders of America, the leaders of Iran coming to say, okay, we can work this out. And let's remember, Iran doesn't have a choice in a lot of this because we destroyed so much. And I'll give you a quick math equation. Okay, maybe they do end up getting $20 billion, let's say. Let's say we're still $300 to $500 billion ahead, considering we destroyed their Navy, destroyed their Air Force, destroyed all those nuclear facilities I already spoke about, their steel manufacturing, their drone manufacturing, and so many other things. We destroyed all that and closed their ports. We're pretty far ahead.
Then you have Will Cain bringing on a guest who goes, the one thing that's really impressive about Republicans is that we're really like the center party right now. We've taken over the center. What do you mean taken over the center? You're literally a fascist party. You are as fascist as a party as they come right now. But sure, you want to say you're the center? No, you're not. Here, let's play this clip.
You bring up an interesting point, Evan, about your family. And the reason, perhaps, that the Democrats have moved so much further left is that Republicans have taken over the center. I mean, I know there's been years of branding suggesting Nazism, fascism, and alt-right. But if you look at the policies of President Donald Trump on many, many issues, from economics to war, the Republican Party has been pulled more towards the center. That means there's no room, I guess, or that the left thinks they have to move far away from something that is now the center. That's how they've been pushed to the left. And that's how they've lost people like your family, and maybe how they will lose general elections.
Then more from Jesse Waters here, and Jesse Waters says, look, you won't have bribes. You'll have them perform and they can get paid. Here, let's play it.
And you're not going to have bribes. You're going to have them perform, and then they can get paid. And if this is done, which is going to be negotiated up front within the first 30 days after the signing Friday, this could be the crowning achievement of the Trump administration. This has been the thorniest foreign policy problem of the last 50 years? And this is a 47-year war. And if he ends it, that is huge. And it shows that you can win wars through air and naval blockades. And that's a big threat to the Chinese.
Then Jesse Waters talks about getting a bagel over the weekend and that a woman with glasses and bad teeth started yelling at him. And he's like, why are you yelling at me? We just saved the world. Trump did it. Don't get mad at me. We just created peace. We just won the war against Iran. Again, this is some of the strangest propaganda imaginable. Here, play this clip.
And the Republicans are the fun team.
We are. I was getting a bagel this weekend, and we were in line, and this woman with glasses and bad teeth and a ponytail hears my voice, and she turns around and she says, you! And I said, uh-oh. And she says, you are the one that spews lies on TV. I mean, I'm like Limbaugh. I'm right 99.8% of the time. But my wife's there, and she says, do you talk to everyone like that, the way you talk to my husband? And she's like, go inside and get your bagel. And the woman starts shaking. You know how mentally ill they are. And she's like totally disconnected from reality.
They don't know how to talk to people.
Like miserable, angry, crazy. And you look at what's going on here. I mean, we've just defeated the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. We're about to sign a peace deal to get all their uranium. We just had thousands of Americans chanting USA on the White House lawn at the greatest UFC fight I've ever seen. 7 TKOs in a row.
And then, of course, they have to have J.D. Vance attacking former President Obama, because what else would a Fox segment be if you don't just blame Obama? Why did the Arab nations love this deal and hate Obama's deal? Why did that get? First off, that's not true. And second off, you've destroyed the Middle East, essentially. You burned the Middle East. The countries are happy that they can survive right now because you've set it on fire. But anyway, play this clip of Vance.
Obama took a shot and said, I don't think this deal is any better than the deal we had before. The JCPOA was dramatically different than what you were describing here tonight.
And I'd ask the former president, I'd say, Obama, why in the world, if it's the same thing, why is it that the Gulf Arabs hated your deal and they love our deal? They are the ones who are in the region. They know what it means to enrich the worst terrorist regime in the world. And they also know what it means to turn over a new leaf and to go to a different future. So I think President Obama, he should acknowledge that the people who are closest to this, they love the Trump deal. They hate the Obama deal. And that's maybe the biggest endorsement of this plan.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think about this all. Everybody hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers, and thanks for watching. New Meidas merch. Head to store.MeidasTouch.com today and get yourself the best pro-democracy gear and show your support. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.